congratulations on making it to graduation.
Thank you.
With everything that was going on there, I know it was tough to keep up with the schoolwork as much as you could. What all did you have to do to make it to graduation after you got back here?
After I got back, I basically had to go like full throttle in the schoolwork. My teachers did help me a lot though, like they let me have a little bit of leeway here and there. It was lucky that I dropped a class before going out to LA, otherwise I would have not, there's no way I could have done an extra class, so I only took 2 classes. It was English and government, and my teachers were really supportive and really helpful, and so I think that's what got me through. And honestly, the timing of me getting off the show was good, because if I had gone like further, it would have been even harder to catch up and graduate by Saturday. So
right.
I'm lucky.
Did you go to your prom?
I did not. I was out doing the finale. While prom was happening. So
what has it been like transitioning from all the LA glitz, coming back here and being a normal teenager again?
It's a little bit different because like that was my home for so long, and when I was like, when we had like trips coming, like going from LA back here, I felt like coming here was the vacation itself. And so like when I went back, that felt like going home, and so it was a little bit difficult transitioning back into being here, but I mean, like anything, you get used to it, and I got used to it as well, so I'm happy to be back.
Is anyone treating you differently when you go to the store, or classmates at school or anything?
People are just like, they're supportive, they're nice. There will be a couple people when I'm going down the hallway that will be like, "Oh my God, Bria Kelly," but in like a sarcastic way, and then I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Helps you, keeps you grounded.
Yeah, definitely. And then the people in like stores and stuff, they'll just tell me I did great on the show, and it's nice to have me back, and that's nice.
Where does the inspiration for your songs, the ones you write, where does that come from?
Definitely like real world situations, like anything, like, I don't know, like relationships with your friends, just things that happen in your life, and that's where my inspiration comes from. I wrote a song when I was like 12 about all of my best friends, and that was, it was like every verse was about a different best friend, and that was really, they really liked it, and listening back to it, I was like, this isn't good.
So describe for me what kind of music it is that you want to play and record from now on.
I want to play like blues, rock, R&B type. It's hard to describe the type of record that I want to produce, but it's like I have my own vision in my head, and it would be really cool. But that's the best way I can describe it.
Well, how does Bria Kelly R&B differ from the standard?
It's like an old school vocal, but put on top of like a new school kind of track. Yeah.
What music do you have loaded up on your iPod?
Like, I listen to like Eminem and 2 Chainz, and I listen to a lot of rap, and it's weird that I do. But I also listen to a lot of ZZ Ward, John Mayer. I listen to everything basically, like Foo Fighters.
Well, with
even the old school people like Susan Tedeschi and Stevie Ray Vaughan.
With the rap that you're listening to, do you ever consider adding a little bit of rap into your songs?
Yeah. I've definitely considered that. I just have to find the right person to do that.
Other than the gigs that you've played, have you done any other jobs?
I have never had an actual job in my life. I don't know what it's like to be a waitress. I don't know what it's like to work at like a store or a food place. Like I don't know what it's like. And when people like complain about work and like having to deal with customers, I'm like, oh, that sucks. Sorry.
That's what we tell people. She's definitely a working musician. That's her job.
That's what I've done since I was.
Yeah, 13. Well, yeah.
That's when I like formed my first band, and we've been doing that ever since.
So this all started for you, if I understand this right, back in the 3rd grade. Was the 3rd grade chorus the first time you were singing, or how long have you been in chorus?
I mean, I always knew that I could sing, like when I would sing in the shower and stuff, but it wasn't until the 3rd grade chorus, like Christmas concert, that I had like my first solo ever.
How's the family support? What's that meant to you?
Everything. I mean, it's great, like, because not a lot of people have that kind of support, and because my dad's retired too, his full-time job is now me.
At no pay.
Yeah.
At no pay. I pay him well. I pay him with love. Sometimes.
Did you inherit your music from them, or are they?
I mean, my mom used to sing and my dad played guitar, and so my dad taught me to play guitar until I became better than him. And so, what?
It's the truth.
Oh, I thought you were disagreeing.
How many instruments do you play?
Let's see, I would say drums probably my second, because I don't, like, I play around on piano, but I can actually, like, pick stuff up on drums. But, like, piano would probably be my 3rd, and I play a little bit of ukulele. The
songs that you did on The Voice, each of them differed from the original versions of the songs.
Yeah.
Can you walk me through how you went about making them your own?
It was a process that was with me and the band, because they're all so talented, and we just all came up with something usually in the span of 5 minutes to do, because they're so good. But it was just a process between me and the band of just wanting to mix it up and not seem so karaoke. Just do something that's kind of signature me.
That audition of Steamrolled Blues, that's finally up over 1.5 million.
Oh.
It's actually approaching 1.6, I think.
Wow.
Nice.
So how does that feel?
That's awesome. I never thought that would happen, ever.
Okay, true confessions. How many times have you watched the video yourself?
Not that much.
Oh,
I don't
no.
like watching my videos back.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I watched it back maybe like 3 or 4 times just to see like audience reactions, like how stupid I looked on stage. And I don't like watching videos of myself back because I'm like my own worst critic.
You've commented that you were very uncertain of yourself and that you weren't sure even if one chair would turn around.
I was certain that I wouldn't even get a chair. I don't know. I'm always like the person to doubt myself. But Treylani, our vocal coach, she goes, like, right before I go out on stage, she goes, 4 chairs. And then she said, go. And, and I was like, okay. I still didn't believe it even walking on stage. And then, like, I heard, like, the first drum beat. And then I just, like, sang well. And I just, like, had my eyes closed the entire time. Because I was like, I'm going to be, like, completely into this. And so by the time I opened my eyes, like, Blake and Adam had turned around. And I was like, oh, hey. Nice to see you. Hello. And then, like, I had my eyes closed again, and, like, the next time I opened them, Shakira turned around. That was nuts, and I was like, okay, I have to get
Usher to turn.
last one. Yeah, so that was super, super cool, and even in the rounds after that, like, I was so unsure, like, going up on stage, like, between the battle of me and Tess, like, after we finished, like, I was sure that I had lost, because that's also because we were so close and I just wanted the best for her as well. And then me and Madeline, like, I wasn't sure at all. Before I sang Wild Horses, that was like the worst of them all. But I was just like comparing myself to everybody else on the team, and that's one thing, like, with this show, like, it's a competition within a competition. I mean, from the get-go, it's like, hey, here's your team. Now they're your enemies. They're everybody you have to beat.
When you won your battle round against Tess, you know, most people don't know this, but what is it that you said to Blake that was never aired?
Production was so mad at me. because I wasn't supposed to know that there was like a steel left or whatever. It was the very the very last steel left of the first battles, and like I had been listening backstage, and like I had known because Tess and I are so close, and when we finished our song and I like got chosen, I was like super upset, like, but I was happy at the same time, and so like my face is like, and so I like run off the stage and I'm like turn to Blake and I go, steal her! and Nino is backstage getting yelled at. They're like, how does she know? And
How is your confidence now, having gone through this?
It was like here, and now it's like here.
Just a tad more.
It's like a tad more. I don't know. I think I'm always gonna have that kind of mentality in the back of my head that, oh, there's always gonna be someone who's better than I am, and there are. Like, there's a ton of other singers there who are technically more advanced than I was.
Is there anything you would like to say to the residents of Hampton Road?
Just thank you. Like, the support has been great, and it's more than I could have ever hoped for. And hopefully you guys will continue to support me in the future, no matter what I do, even if I'm not on a great big national show. I think I'm done with that for the rest of my life. Just reality shows in general. It's a long process, and it drains you. But this time it was definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm.